Hello everyone, we're live. Happy Sunday everyone. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms that may be watching this stream. And we're going to have fun setting up my Windows computer today. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. I personally am. Just kind of a chill day. It's very hot in Austin, so it's a great day to do a stream. If you are here in my chat, why not go ahead and say hi? And if you're watching later on, go ahead and comment. We always like to know who's watching our videos. So, yeah. Hey, Michael. We got Michael in the chat. Anyone else? Let's see. Also, like the video. So this is the Techopolis channel. We do a lot of different content from gaming to programming to tech reviews and everything else in between. So if you guys like this content, go ahead and consider subscribing and smashing that like button. That always helps us. But today's tutorial, we're going to be setting up my gaming computer that I inherited from Michael as a software developer workstation. An accessible software developer workstation. So it's going to be a pretty fun tutorial, and we're going to have a lot of fun setting up my development environment. All right. Let's see. Who do we have here? Okay. So Michael is here, and okay. So we got a lot to do, so hopefully my audio sounds okay. I'm on my Windows computer. I've got a Yeti hooked up, so I don't sound like I normally do on my Mac, but hopefully this is good and it suffices for now. But, anyways, let's go ahead and get some things going here. I am going to be sharing my sound for part of this tutorial. That way I can share my sound. Okay. Hey, Payon. Thank you. We've got Michael. We've got Payon. Anyone else here? Awesome. I'm glad that I sound okay. So, let's see here. Let me go ahead and get my NVDA ready. Alright. So, let's get the NVDA going. And we're gonna... I almost kicked myself out of my own meeting, folks. Alright, so I got my NVDA going. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And the first thing we're going to set up is our Visual Studio. Now, Visual Studio is an application, an IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. And it's Microsoft's own product where you can do a lot of different development, from doing Xamarin, which is like mobile development using C# and .NET, to Python, to Windows Forms and WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation, to UWP, Universal Windows Platform. All of the different apps you can do in Visual Studio. And it's a huge IDE that is used for a lot of different things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually set up Visual Studio. And we're going to set this up so that I have it in case I want to use it for different things in the future. And that is going to be our first setup task. From there, we're going to set up Visual Studio Code, we're going to talk about extensions, and then we're just going to kind of do other general setup tasks, such as install Git and that kind of thing. And so by the end of this video, we should have a fully working software development powerhouse on a Windows computer. So that is our plan for today. So let me go ahead and share the screen.
Meeting controls window.
I'm sharing my screen, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my browser. I'm going to be using Google Chrome here, and I'm just going to launch it.
Folder view list, restream chat G, Google Chrome 7 of, who's using Chrome, open person 1, button,
Okay, I gotta get rid of that person 1. I'm going to type in Visual Studio Community Download. So there's many different editions of Visual Studio, from Community to Professional, Ultimate, Enterprise, and so on and so forth. I like the Community Edition because it is free, so that is always a bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and download the Community Edition of Visual Studio.
SUAL space TUDIO space COMUNIT what space ODOLOD Google.com/search Q equals visual search mode showing resume land clickable Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition and dash download latest.
Here we go.
Clickable banner landmark link Visual Studio.
And we got this website from Microsoft. I'm going to open and maximize the screen here.
Main landmark visual fully dash feeds as well as web link download Visual Studio.
What? Or Michael is telling me I can get it from the Windows Store, which I totally forgot about. So yes, Michael, we will be downloading it there. But you can also go to this URL. I'm going to go paste that in chat. But we will go download it from the Windows Store. Although I've never done that before. But yes, Michael says that we can get it in the Windows Store. So that is what we're going to ultimately do. But I just thought I would share this link in case anyone for some reason can't access the store or vice versa. So here's the link in case you need it. But we are going to go into the Windows Store. And something to note is that if anything is available from the Windows Store, that is the first place we like to get it before going to the actual website, because it's just a one centralized stop shop for all of your development needs and everything else. So always try to get things from the Windows Store. However, some things are not available or that kind of thing. So that's why I have the links as well as the Windows Store. So I'm just going to paste this in the chat in case anyone needs it.
Meeting controls row 1 column 2
Realistically, we are going to go to the store. So thanks, Michael, for catching me there.
Restream chat row 1 column restream button. Clickable type of message.
Alright, so there's the link in case you need it. But we're going to go ahead and go open our Windows Store. So I'm just going to go into my Google here and
start window, search window.
Start menu and type in store.
S-T-O-R, Microsoft Store window.
Okay. I'm going to do Control E.
But for suggestions, V-I-S-U-A-L-S-T-U-D-I-O.
Visual
6
Studio.
suggestions. Left quote, Visual Studio, right quote. Results updated. Visual Studio Code Developer Tools 209 total ratings. Average rating of
I
4.7.
already have Visual Studio Code on here.
Visual Studio Community 2022 Developer Tools
Visual
40.
Studio Community.
Install button. Install Visual Studio. Pause download button. Downloaded 1%.
Alright, so
Secure
Visual
desktop.
Studio is going.
User account.
Microsoft Store window button. Pause download button. Downloaded 70%. Pause download button. Downloaded 70%.
Alright, so Visual Studio, that is the easiest thing to do. Just go in the store. And there we go. So we're getting Visual Studio. Anyone in the chat, if you guys are here, go ahead and say hi. And let me know what you guys think. So we're going to get Visual Studio. We're also going to probably get Git if Git's in the Microsoft Store. I'm not sure that Git is. And Git is like a source control, for example, like using GitHub, Bitbucket, all that kind of thing. It's basically the underlying backbone to the source control. So Git, if you want to know more about that, we're going to be hopefully doing a presentation shortly about Git. But just know that Git is a lot of source control and teamwork happens through Git. So it's a system of branches and all of that kind of stuff to make teamwork and collaboration easier. There's a lot of different platforms such as Bitbucket, GitHub, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's basically a version control system. Okay. How are we doing on our installation? Well,
Zox Technology Adventures. Quick question, what do you use the full Visual Studio for, since you use Visual Studio Code?
Asks, quick question, what do you use Visual Studio for? What do you use Visual Studio Code for? Great question. So I use Visual Studio primarily for things that cannot be done easily in Visual Studio Code. For example, if I'm going to be doing GUI development, graphical user interface,
Michael Doyce.
I could use that.
Git is not.
Git is not, okay. So if I'm doing graphical user interfaces, for example, with Windows Forms, or WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation, or UWP, I'll use the full Visual Studio because it has more power for designing and that kind of thing. If I'm making Python, if I'm doing web stuff, I will use Visual Studio Code. So anything that's really not like desktop app heavy, I'll use Visual Studio Code for, because Visual Studio Code's a lot lighter than Visual Studio. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Michael, if you have anything else to chime in, go ahead and put that in the chat. But that's kind of the general overview here. Let's see how our installation's doing.
Button. Developer Tools button.
Okay.
Pause download button. Downloaded 70%.
70%. Okay, so we're waiting for Visual Studio. I already happened to install Visual Studio Code from the store. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and get that set up. We're waiting for Visual Studio. It's at 70% downloaded. So let's go ahead and set up Visual Studio Code, at least the first part of it. So let's go ahead.
Folder view list. Google Chrome.
Michael
759.
Doyce. Apple needs to learn that Git should not be auto-corrected to God.
Apple needs to learn that Git should not be corrected to God. Yeah, Michael, that would be helpful. That would be nice. Okay, so let's see. Visual Studio Code.
Visual Studio Code 16. Visual Studio Code document. Add list with 6 items clickable. Choose the look you want.
So
Heading
the
level.
first time you open Visual Studio Code, I already have it installed just for the sake of this tutorial, is you're going to see this startup screen. And it's basically going to walk you through different things you can do with Visual Studio Code. Now make sure that you don't have this checked, because every time you start a new folder or do anything particularly, it will make sure that you have this screen open. It will just say, hey, Visual Studio Code, it'll have this screen open. You'll have to unaccept it, meaning that you'll have to get rid of it. So what I typically do is there's a checkbox here, and I'm just going to hit X here.
No next checkbox.
Maybe not.
Out of list discover the best. No next radio button. List with 7 items clickable. Choose the one you want. Set in level 3 the right color palette helps you
There's
focus.
a checkbox that says show this on startup.
Zox Technology Adventures. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, no, well...
I could ask questions all day, but how do you make GUIs through WinForms?
No problem, Zach.
Perhaps a good video idea in the future.
Zach asks, how do I make GUIs in WinForms? That's a great question, and truthfully, I'm not very good at making GUIs in WinForms. I haven't done it in ages, but I may explore that in a future stream. So that's a good question, Zach. So if Michael's made GUIs in WinForms, he can comment, but I have not made a lot of GUIs in WinForms. So yeah, that's just something to note there. Okay, so let me get rid of this checkbox.
No next checkbox. Clickable sync 2 clickable 1 short clickable rich support for all your language. Rich support for all your languages. Heading level 3. Click marked on button. Button collapsed. Heading level 3. Open up your code. No next radio button. No
Where's
next
my
checkbox.
checkbox?
Marked on button. Next. Out of list for clickable dark. Clickable dark. Clickable light high
So
contrast.
these are all different things you can go through, all different modules.
Clickable see more themes. See more themes. Clickable light high. List with 3 items. Button out of list checkbox. Check when checked. This not check when checked. This page will be shown on startup.
There we go. So I wanted to get rid of that welcome page. I simply press escape now.
Visual Studio.
I'm going to press Control N, and this will create a new file.
Application info colon. Are you using a screen reader to operate VS Code? Left parent. Word wrap is disabled when using a screen reader. Right parent. Main landmark. Untitled dash
Yes,
editor
I
as
am
autocomplete
using a
multi-line
screen
blank.
reader. So the first thing I want to do is, if you are a screen reader user, there's something called screen reader support in VS Code, and it helps make the editor more accessible for
Info
us.
colon. Got a moment to help the VS Code team. Please tell us about your experience with.
So I'm going to go ahead and enable screen reader support. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to actually go to the notifications area, and I'm going to do a command. Excuse me, I'm so used to being on Mac. Control-Shift-P.
Type the name of a command to run.
Type in
Combo box has auto N. O T 14 results. Code colon. Show release notes for create colon. New 2 Pyre notebook 2 of 14. I for F notifications colon. Clear all notifications colon. Focus notifications host 2 of 3.
Focus
Got a moment to help the VS Code team. Give feedback button. Remind me later button. Are you using a screen reader? Yes button. Main landmark. Untitled dash 1 editor as autocomplete multi-line blank.
Your command palette is basically your master list of all the commands that you can use in Visual Studio Code. And it helps you to be able to get all of the different commands available. So I can just focus on the notification tree, and all I do is I just type in what I want to focus in there, and it will help me bring it up. So if I want, for example, live share, we're going to be starting a session with live share with Michael eventually, right? Michael doesn't even know this yet, so I think that he better get prepared because I just threw a curveball his way. So hopefully you're watching and paying attention, Michael. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the command palette, because that is how we can get everything available to us in the whole editor itself. So it's called the command palette. On Mac, you can do Command-Shift-P, or you could also do F1 as well. So there's many different ways to get to it. I've talked about it in my previous Visual Studio Code tutorials. So that was a long-winded explanation. Okay, next on our setup list is extensions. Extensions, if you're not aware, help extend the functionality of Visual Studio Code. And a while back, I did have a repo called Tay's Visual Studio Code settings that will need to be updated, because that was from like last year, and apparently those settings don't work anymore. So I will be going ahead and updating that eventually. But in today's tutorial, we're going to get everything set up. First things first is I'm going to go to my extensions, and that's Control-Shift-X or Command-Shift-X on Mac.
Search extensions in Marketplace editor as autocomplete multi-line blank. 5 extensions found in the installed section. 1 extension found in the
I
recommended
already have
section.
some extensions installed. Okay. Well, let's type in live share first. Let's install that. So, because I think I already have Python installed. So I'm going to type in live share. So,
LIVESHARE.
live share.
Extensions list. C/C++. Live share extension pack 0.4.0. Microsoft. Collection of extensions that enable real dash time. Toolbar. Copy. Copy extension. Copy extension ID. Extensions toolbar. Install button. Install this extension. Installing extension live share extension pack started.
And it will
Editor is now open
install
with
the
more
whole
details on this
live share
extension.
Logic Pro
Live share
X
extension pack
Gaming.
Visual Studio.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Logic. Good afternoon. I'm glad that you're able to make it. We've got a lot of
Installing
people
extension
watching.
live share
This is
extension pack is
awesome.
completed.
Logic, Zach, Payon, Michael. I'm super glad that you guys are here on this Mother's Day, because, yeah, it's super hot in Austin. It's like over 100. And I'm like, I'm not getting out today. I was going to go to the gym, but I'm like, no. But, yeah, it's super hot outside. So I'm like, why not do a stream? This has to get done anyway. So, good afternoon, Logic.
Out of toolbar clickable 346 milliseconds.
Alright, so live share is installing. That's all great. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install this extension that helps with indentation if you're blind. There are 2 ways that this can be accomplished. The first way is using NVDA's configuration profiles The second way is using this indent speak extension. Personally, here's my preference. I like to use the configuration profiles for NVDA for one simple reason. I get both the tone of how many indentation spaces things are indented. That was a long way of saying how many spaces something's indented, as well as the spoken amount of spaces. With the other extension, the indent speak extension, you do not get that, you just get the tones. So I personally, if I'm on Windows, I like to create the profiles. However, if I'm on Mac, I'll just use the indent speak extension and call it a day. But today I'm going to show you guys how I create my programming configuration profiles. So why not, if you're in NVDA, let's go ahead and jump in there and create our profiles. And that way we can let some of these extensions install. And the other thing I like to do is, as I need extensions, I like to install them. So I don't want to have too many extensions at the start, but as I'm doing different kinds of projects, I'll go ahead and install more extensions. So that's kind of how I do it. I have an iterative list, and eventually I'm going to have a whole settings sync just on GitHub where y'all can install my extensions and things, but right now, we'll kind of have that as it goes. So, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into NVDA and insert
NVDA menu. Preferences submenu tools helps configuration profiles dialog. New button alt plus N.
Alt and new.
New profile dialog.
Programming.
PROGRAMMING. Programming. Manual activation dialog. To edit this profile, you will need to manually activate it. Once you have finished editing, you will need to manually deactivate it to resume normal usage. Do you wish to manually activate it now? Yes button alt, no button alt, yes button alt plus Y. No button configuration profile, rename new button alt plus N. Rename delete button alt triggers, button alt plus temporarily disable close
Okay,
button.
so I needed to
List programming. Left parent, normal programming.
Programming, and then I need to go to
Manual
triggers.
activate button. New button alt plus rename button alt delete button alt plus triggers, button alt profile triggers
And
dialog.
we're going to have this as Visual Studio Code opens. We're going to use this profile for just Visual Studio Code. Alternatively, you can manually enable this profile so that anytime you are going to program, you could manually trigger it. So there's many different options we have. For now, I'm going to set this to be a Visual Studio Code trigger, but I may end up making this a manual trigger in the future.
Profile combo box left parent, normal configuration right parent, collapsed, close button. Triggers list, current application left parent, code right parent. Configuration profiles dialog, triggers, button alt plus temporarily disable close button. List programming, manual new button, rename delete triggers, button temporarily disable close button. Extension
So,
live share extension pack NVDA
Then I'm going
menu.
to go to my Visual Studio Code settings and or NVDA settings.
Preferences exit X. Preferences submenu P.
Preferences.
Settings.
Settings.
NVDA settings, speech 2 of 13. Braille 3 of 13, vision 4 of keyboard 5 of mouse 6 of 13, review cursors, input composition, object present, browse mode 10 of 13, document formatting 11 of 13, document formatting property page, the following options control the types of document, font size checkbox, font attributes check, superscripts and subs, emphasis checkbox not check, highlighted left parent, marked right parent, text checkbox check, all style checkbox not check, all colors checkbox not check, alt plus C.
Colors. Not right now, but that's good if I'm doing CSS. So I'll have a different profile that I manually activate if I'm doing CSS that will tell me the background colors and things. So that is a good thing to keep in mind, but right now that's not what we're going to be doing.
Document information grouping, notes and comments checkbox check, alt editor revisions checkbox, spelling errors checkbox check, pages and spacing group, line numbers checkbox not check, alt pages checkbox check, alt plus P, line numbers checkbox not check, alt plus N.
I like to enable the line numbers because that way I can hear what line number I'm on. So I'm going to go ahead and enable this feature.
Space checked.
That way it'll tell me what line. So in case like an error is like, hey, go to line so-and-so, it makes it really easy to understand where I'm trying to go. So
line indentation reporting colon, combo box off collapse alt plus I.
line indentation reporting.
Speech, tones. Both speech and
Both
tones.
speech and tones. I'd select that to both speech and tones. That way, both speech and tones tell me the indentation. So I hear the speech, and then I hear the amount of tones.
Paragraph indentation checkbox not check, alt plus
Paragraph
P.
indentation, I don't need to worry about.
Line spacing checkbox not
Line
check, alt plus
spacing,
L.
again, I don't need to worry about.
Alignment checkbox not check, alt plus
Alignment,
L.
not for this, but for CSS, I will worry about alignment.
Table information grouping, tables checkbox check, alt plus
Tables,
T.
I don't care.
Row slash cell coordinates, cell borders, elements grouping, headings checkbox check, alt
Headings,
plus
I
H.
don't really care. I mean, obviously, it's just going to read those in general.
Links check, graphics list check, block quotes, groupings, landmarks and articles check, frames check, clickable checkbox check, alt report formatting, OK button. Cancel button, apply button, alt plus
Apply.
A, space, pressed, categories, code, apply button, alt plus A, cancel button, OK button.
Okay.
Extension colon, live share extension pack dash Visual Studio Code document, application,
So,
name landmark, document.
That is my Visual Studio Code NVDA configuration. Now I just need to make sure that I save this configuration, and we should be all set. So anytime Visual Studio Code opens, it will read in this configuration. Right, and I like to do this again as a blind developer. That way I'm able to hear whenever indentation changes. Also, I can hear my line numbers, and it works out really, really well. So if you're on Windows, if you're using NVDA, I'd highly recommend doing what I just did there. It will really help you to make sure you're more efficient. So let me go ahead and save this.
NVDA menu, reference tools, help, configure, revert, reset, configure, save, configuration, configure, extension.
Okay.
Real dash to Microsoft. Toolbar button unavailable. Check. Button unavailable installed.
So Visual Studio Live Share is
Untitled dash
installed. The last extension I want to install is the live server. So the live server is great for previewing web pages in Visual Studio Code, and it will allow you to, every time you save something, it will auto update. So this is a really great extension. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install that. So Control-Shift-X.
Search extensions and market LIV. No extent VILILLERAASEPI.
Make sure you clear the extension box.
LIVE.
Server.
Space SERVER. 7 extensions list.
Press enter.
Live server 5.7. Live server preview 0. Live server 5.7.5. Toolbar. Install button. Installing extension live server started. An editor is now open with more details on this extension. Extension colon. Live server dash Visual Studio Code document. Installing extension live server is completed. Info colon. Left bracket new right bracket live server at 5.7.5 colon. Changed extension activation events to on startup finished.
Alright, so live server is installed. The next extension I want to install is called GitHub Copilot. So GitHub Copilot is an AI writing paired programming assistant. And I really like to install this as well. It really helps me to write better code. I know a lot of people have a lot of negative feelings towards this extension, but it also helps me learn to write code better. And that's something that one of my other favorite YouTubers, Chris Hawks, said as well, is that this GitHub Copilot, while it is in technical preview, I have access to it, but it helps me to write better code. And so that's something else too, because I might not know how to solve a problem, but it will kind of show me different ways that the problem's been solved. And it uses code that's publicly available from like Stack Overflow, GitHub, and those kind of things. Now, on a legal perspective, there's a lot of people who are like, oh my goodness, this is really, 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 really bad because it may be using private code. I'm not going to get into the legal implications because that's not what I do. But just know that some people are, complaining from a legal perspective. But, this is something I'm going to use, and especially, I'm going to use because I'm doing this on the side. Right? If I was at work, that'd be a different thing. But since I'm doing this on the side, I can kind of use it and I don't have to worry about that. But again, just don't take what I say as full advice just because I'm not a lawyer. So I just want to put that extension disclaimer out there before I install that and I use it. So let's go to the extensions panel.
Application. Search extension.
Clear it out
Live server
and type in GitHub.
GitHub.
Press enter.
4 extensions list. GitHub pull request to GitHub theme 6 GitHub 0.3 GitHub code spaces 1 GitHub Copilot 1. Toolbar installing extension GitHub Copilot started. An editor is now open with more details on this extension. Installing extension GitHub Copilot is completed. Info colon sign in to access the GitHub Copilot technical preview.
So
Extension colon GitHub Copilot dash Visual Studio Code document.
Anyone have any questions so far? Anyone unclear about what's been going on or how to set up your environment? Because chat's been pretty quiet and I just want to get a consensus on where we're at right now. Now, before I sign into my GitHub, I want to check on my Visual Studio extension installation. Visual Studio installation.
The Microsoft Store 01 column 2 of Mike.
Let's see how we're doing on that. Okay.
The Microsoft Store window. Button, developer tools button. Pause download button download.
Michael
70%.
Doyce. Copilot gets code from Stack Overflow and other public resources.
It does. Yep. Stack Overflow and other public resources. Michael, the video that I was talking about said that sometimes they weren't sure if it could get private things, but I don't really believe that. But that's just something that some of the lawyers and all that stuff has. Because apparently there's been a couple different lawsuits surrounding it. But, again, that's just kind of what I've heard online. You guys could research that yourself if you're unsure. We're still at 70% on the Visual Studio installation. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and log into the GitHub Copilot. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to have to stop sharing my screen for just a minute here. That way you guys don't have to see my password and username and that kind of thing. So just give me a couple minutes here, folks, and yeah, go ahead and chat amongst yourselves.
Michael Doyce. I don't think it can.
No, Michael, I don't think it can either, but I just always want to cover my bases.
Extension colon GitHub restream chat row 1 column 3
Alright, so
restream chat
give
row.
me a couple minutes, folks. I got to log into my GitHub account, and we'll be back online just a second here.
Extension colon GitHub Visual Studio 2020 meeting controls row 2 column 1 meeting.
Okay. So. Oh, have fun installing Git for Windows. Nice to know. We're going to cover that in just a minute, Michael. So. I don't find the process that bad. But it's been a while since I've done it. So. Okay. So, Okay. Yes, Michael, I can install Windows Subsystem for Linux. My only fear to that, Michael, is that it makes you restart the computer when you do that. So I don't want to do that on the stream because it'll make me restart the computer. That's my only fear in terms of that. So, yes, but I will do that. But again, that's my only fear in terms of doing that. Okay. So, let me figure out how to install here. Yeah. No, I don't want to disable Copilot. Yep. Alright, so folks, I'm going to log into to GitHub, and then we will go from here, so. Okay, I gotta restart Visual Studio Code. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sign in here, and then I'm gonna allow this to sign in. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can remember my GitHub password. So. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. So, I'm just logging into GitHub, maybe, if I can remember my password. Okay. I might have to reset my GitHub password. Okay. This might be something we end up waiting on because I don't want to have to do this during the stream. Reset a GitHub password. So, what we're going to do, instead of doing that whole rigmarole, is we're going to go ahead and not do that for now. And what we're going to do instead is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our Visual Studio installation. So, that did not work out the best, but we will get that sorted out later because we've got other things to do.
Immediate controls window.
Alright, Visual Studio is ready to be installed, so it's finally ready to go, and it's asking us to accept Microsoft license terms. We're going to go ahead and do that now.
Microsoft Store. Microsoft Edge rating colon.
I'm going to go close Microsoft Store.
Visual Studio installer dialog. Continue but no. Close button L. Document. Microsoft continue but no. Visual Studio installer dialog. Before you get started, we need to set up a few things so that you can configure your installation. Heading to Visual Studio installer ready. Downloading colon 0B of 0B 0B
Getting the
select
Visual
installing.
Studio installer ready. So,
Visual Studio
we're getting it
installer.
ready. Okay, here's the big installation wizard of Visual Studio. And these are all the things that you can go ahead and do.
Visual Studio installer window.
Meaning all the things you can install.
Tab control. Workloads tab.
What I like to do is I like to go under workloads. You can also install everything via individual components, but that takes a long time. So what I like to do instead is I like to go through everything via the workloads, which gives me specific workloads for different aspects of things that I may be doing. So let's go ahead and walk through an example.
More info link, close button, list, web and cloud left parent, 4 right parent, grouping 1 to 4, apps.net and web development, not checked, build web applications using apps.net core, apps.net and standards-based web technology.
Web and cloud, so I want to go ahead and install that.
Checked, added .NET framework 4.7.2 development tools, added apps.net and web development prerequisites, added .NET framework 4.8 development tools, added cloud tools for web development, added .NET profiling tools, added entity framework 6 tools, added live share, added .NET debugging with WSL, added IntelliCode, added apps.net and web development, 6.94 GB.
So what I like to do is I like to add everything except stuff with C++. I like to add it in case I need it because I don't know what I'll need and I just like to have it in case. But if you're more space conscious, you could go ahead and install things that you need to know for sure. But again, all I like to do is I like to go through these workloads and I like to install the things that I most likely will probably maybe use at some point.
Python development, not checked, editing, debugging, interactive development, and source control for Python scripts and web apps using familiar frameworks including Django and Flask, 3 of 4.
Python development, absolutely. So I'm going to check that.
Checked, added Python language support, added live share, added Python development, 7.03 GB.
And it updates you every time a new workload's added and tells you how big it's going to get. So far we're at 7 gigs.
Desktop and mobile left parent, 5 right parent, grouping 2 of 4. Mobile development with .NET not checked, build cross-platform applications for iOS, Android, or Windows using Xamarin. This includes a preview of the .NET MAUI workload as an optional install, 1 of 5.
Okay.
Checked, added .NET framework 4.7.2 development tools, added C number and Visual Basic, added development tools for .NET, added MS Build, added NuPack package manager, added IntelliCode, added Xamarin, added mobile development with .NET, 11.07 GB.
11.07.
Desktop development with C++ not checked, build modern C++ apps for Windows using tools of your choice, including MSVC, Plan, CMake, or MS Build, 3 of 5.
I don't like C++ stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and ignore that.
Mobile development with C++ not checked, build, gaming left parent, 2 right parent, grouping 3 of 4. Game development with Unity not checked, create 2D and 3D games with Unity. Other tools, it's left parent, 5 right parent, grouping 4 of 4. Data storage and processing not checked, connect, develop, and test data solutions with SQL Server, Azure Data Lake, or Hadoop, 1 of 5. Visual Studio extension development not checked, begin extend Linux and embedded development with C++ not checked, create.
So those are all the things that I want to install. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit install.
Installation details change. I continue a third-party installation mode, line install button, switch theme button, switch to line install button. Visual Studio installer
There we
window.
go. So it's about 11 gigabytes of stuff. So we're going to wait for that to be done installing. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and return back to our Visual Studio code. Now that we've went ahead and installed Visual Studio through the store, at least we're in process, I'm going to go ahead and look at our
meeting controls window
here. So
screen chat row 1 column 1.
Me
meeting controls row 1 column 2 of 4.
I just want to get my GitHub enabled. And another thing we're going to probably do is we're probably going to end up playing with PyScript, which is a new framework that they came out with last week, or a couple weeks ago at PyCon, where basically you can write Python in your browser, almost like JavaScript, and it will turn it into native input fields. For example, like if I do input, what's your name? So we're going to be working with PyScript probably a little bit during this stream, maybe. If not, we're probably going to go live later on today. But that is how that's going to work. So let me see where we're at here. I'm going to go ahead. Anything else? Let's go ahead and install Git for Windows.
Folder view list, Visual Studio Codes G, Google Docs 20G, Google G, Google Sheets 20G, Google Slides 25G, Google Chrome 7.
Now since Git's not available,
using Open Person 1 Pro,
I have to do it through the website.
GIT, space, O-L-A-D, space, google.com/h, Git download, no search modes, and main clickable downloads, dash Git heading. Blank.
Okay.
Enter landmark, search and type, dash distribute, downloads, heading, link, backlink, Windows.
Git
dash downloading package, enter landmark, dash search and complementary landmark download for Windows, link recent, link click here to download the latest left parent, 2.36.0 right parent, 64-bit version of Git for Windows, this system. Heading level 1 download for Windows, link recent, link main heading level 3 other Git for Windows downloads, link maintain build, down search download, menu table row 1 column 1 Git heading level 2 today.
Yep.
Git dash downloading.
And again, I'll paste this in the chat as well.
Restream chat row, clickable type of window, next edit.
There is the Git for Windows download. So if you guys need that, you guys have it available to you. So Git is installing, or it's downloading right now.
Download complete colon. Git dash 2.36.0 dash 60. Download search download. Menu table row 1 column 1 link Git column 2 link HTTP link 4 3 link 05 column 3 link show
in folder.
Downloads items today group Git dash endo dialog. Downloads items view list. Today group. Today grouping expanded. Today group secure desktop.
Y for UAC user account control.
T.
Downloads items view list. Today grouping expanded. Git dash 2.36. Today grouping expanded. Git dash 2.36.0 dash 64 dash bit 1 of 41. Today grouping expanded.
Okay.
Git dash 2. Date modified split button.
Close
Today.
this downloads window.
Today. Up and toolbar. Up the quote tail. New button collapse 1 of up and toolbar. Up the quote. Tasks. Downloads. Up. Downloads dash Google Chrome. When you are ready to continue with setup, click next. Editor next button alt plus N. Space pressed to continue. Click next. If you would like to select a different folder, browse. Back button next button alt plus. Select the components you want to install. Clear the component additional icons. Check box. Back button alt next button alt plus N to continue. Click next. If you would like to select a different folder, click browse. Don't click back button next button alt plus N. Combo box use Vim left parent. The ubiquitous text
Use
editor right
Vim.
there.
Ugh, Vim. Folks, I do not like Vim.
Use Notepad plus use Visual Studio
Use
Code as
Visual
default editor.
Studio Code as GitHub's text editor. Yes.
Back button alt plus
text
B.
editor. Excuse me.
Next button alt plus left decide radio button checked. Back button alt plus B. Next button alt plus get from the command line and also from third dash party software radio button
Yep.
checked. Back button alt next button alt use bundled open SSH radio button checked.
Bundled open SSH.
Use external open SSH use bundled back button alt next button alt use the open SSL library radio button checked. Back button next button alt check out Windows dash style commit Unix dash style line endings radio button checked.
I'm gonna leave all these defaults.
Back button alt next button alt use min TTY left parent the default terminal of MSYS2 right parent radio button checked. Use Windows default console window radio button checked. Use min TTY left use Windows default console window radio button checked. Use min TTY left parent the default terminal of MSYS2 right parent radio button
I'm
checked.
gonna leave that for now, but I may end up changing it.
Back button alt next button alt plus default left parent slash dash forward or merge right parent radio button checked. Back button alt next button alt get credential manager radio button checked. Back button alt next button alt enable file system caching checkbox checked. Enable some back button alt plus next button alt plus enable experimental support for pseudo consoles checkbox not checked. Enable experimental built cache and file system monitor checkbox not back button alt plus install button alt next cancel button.
That is a long installer, and I don't know why it has to be on so many pages, but we're installing Git regardless. So those are the classic NVDA speech tones.
Git 2.36.0 setup dialog installing please wait while setup installs Git on your computer. Running post dash install script unavailable. Setup
Okay.
finished installing Git on your computer. The application may be launched by selecting the installed view release notes finish button alt plus Git 2.36. How do you want to open this file? Window OK button. Untitled dash personal dash by loading complete list with link contribute.
I don't want to read the release.
Load restream tab row 1 column 1 restream meeting controls
So-
window tab Visual Studio installer window tab start after tab meeting controls row 1 column 2
We
meeting
went ahead and
control-
installed Git, and the way I'm going to check that is I'm going to go to my terminal. Let me see if I have the Windows terminal. Wow, this computer just got really loud. So let me go ahead and see if I have the terminal from Windows 11.
Start window ERM terminal app press right to switch.
I do.
Windows terminal information icon Windows terminal can be set as the default terminal application in your settings. Windows PowerShell PSC colon backslash users backslash Taylor Grader PSC
So
colon
this is
backslash
my
users backslash Taylor
terminal
Grader.
from PowerShell, the Windows 11 terminal. I want to start using this more. I just need to get in the habit of doing that. I'm so used to going to CMD.
GIT usage colon Git left bracket dash dash for
We
PSC colon
got Git. Let's see if we have Python.
EYKON Python 3.10 point Grader
So I installed Python, and I can do 2 plus 2.
2 plus 2 4 Grader
And
Grader
I'm just doing the interactive shell. I'm going to do quit.
QUIT
right.
left right PSC colon
So Python's installed already. I went and installed that in the VS Code. Excuse me. The Windows store, not the VS Code store. I mean, I wish the VS Code had a store, but it doesn't. So, all right. Let's see what we can do here.
W desktop list Google Chrome tab meeting controls
So-
window tab Visual Studio installer
Visual Studio,
installer
how are we
window
doing
tab
on our
control install
VS
tab selected
installation?
release notes line pause Visual Studio case study Visual Studio 2022 for Mac release candidate Microsoft Visual Studio Community 20
It's
Visual Studio
done.
installer window Visual Studio 2022 for Mac release candidate Visual
All
Studio
right, so
2022 for
it's
Mac
done.
release candidate link
So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and we're going to be able to
Microsoft Visual
see
Studio
how this
window
works. So let's open it up.
Mike no account create one create not now make sign in button link
It wants me to log into my Microsoft account.
sign into your account sign into your account sign create no account enter your heading level 1 enter your ETAYAALOOLYATTAYARNDT add ICLOUD.OM sign into your Microsoft account link privacy and link main land link use your password and will send the code to your setting level 1 sign in will send link you button send code W send code enter the code you received edit
So what
required
I'm
enter
going to
code
do is I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing for just a second. It wants me to use a temporary code so I can log into Visual Studio. You don't have to log in, I think, but if you do log in, you get more options. So I just want to go ahead and log into Visual Studio. That way I have the most options possible. Alright, so let me go ahead and log into there. Is anyone still in chat? Or did I just bore everyone away? Because that's mostly likely possible. You know, I am pretty boring after all. I think. Okay. 809. 9. Okay. Whoops.
8 0 9.
Don't try this at home, folks, because this code will not work for you. 0886. Okay.
Dash 0 8 8 5.
Michael Doyce. For watching.
For watching. Nice. Awesome, folks. If you're here, go ahead and say hi. I want to know who's watching me. Who's still watching me. I mean, I am pretty boring, so let me know.
8.
Okay.
Blank. Continue. Microsoft Visual Studio dialog. Hang on while we sign you in.
Hang on while we sign me in. All right. So we're logging me into Visual Studio. Perfect.
Choose your color theme list. Dark 1
I
of
don't
5.
care about color themes. I know Michael would choose a dark theme. I mean, I can choose a dark theme. It'd probably be better, actually, if I choose a dark theme, because if I'm working with people...
Blue left pair. Dark 1 of 5. View your Visual Studio profile. View your Visual Studio profile link.
Okay.
Tab meeting controls window. Visual Studio installer window. View more Microsoft. Need help. Check Visual Studio. Switch theme. Provide feed. Tab control. Release notes. Line launch. But more button collapsed.
Let me close this installer.
Microsoft Visual Studio window. Line clone repository button. Get code from an online repository like GitHub or Azure DevOps C.
Alright, so we've got Visual Studio installed. So, let's see what we can do with Visual Studio. I'm just going to play around with it a second. But we're going to actually do some basic Python scripts, probably. And with Visual Studio. With Visual Studio Code. But we're pretty much about set up except for live share and Copilot. But I think we'll honestly do a video of those separately. But I think we're about set up. Michael, do you think of any other things that I need to set up on this computer? Because I think I'm about set up.
Open the local line folder. Create a line new project button. Choose
So
a
if I
project
create a new
template.
project, let's see what we have here.
Microsoft Visual Studio window.
It's a little slow.
Project templates list. Back button B.
Okay.
Microsoft Visual Studio window. Project templates list. Console app A project for creating a command dash line application that can run on .NET on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Tax colon C number. Linux, Mac OS, Windows. Console 1 of 109.
Control app.
ASP.NET Core Web App A project template for creating an ASP.NET Core application with example ASP.NET Razor Pages content. Tax colon C number. Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Cloud, Service, Web 2 of 109. Blazor Server App A project template for creating a Blazor Server app that runs server dash side inside an ASP.NET Core app and handles user interactions over a single R connection. This template can be used for web apps with rich dynamic user interfaces. Left parent, use right parent. Tax colon C number. Linux, Mac OS, Windows, Blazor, Cloud, Web 3 of 109. ASP.NET Core Web API A project template for creating an ASP.NET Core application with an example controller for a RESTful HTTP service. Class library A project for creating a class library that targets .NET or .NET standard. Tax ASP.NET Core, ASP.NET Core, Blazor Web Assembly App A, Azure Functions A template to create an Azure Function project. Tax ASP.NET Core, Razor class, worker service, ASP.NET Core, class
Michael Doyce. Node.js.
Node.js. Good point, Michael. Alright, so Node.js. So once we're done with this craziness, we're going to go ahead and install Node.js. Does anyone know anything about Chocolatey Package Manager? Because I might get that as well.
Class library A, MS, NUnit test project A, NUnit, Python app, mobile app left parent, Xamarin.Forms right parent, multi project template for building apps for iOS and Android with Xamarin and Xamarin.Forms. Tax, Android app left parent, iOS app left parent, Xamarin right parent, Android Wear app, WatchOS, install Windows Universal Tools for C number development, tools for developing Windows Universal C number apps are available. Click OK to install. Tax colon C, blank solution, create an empty solution containing no projects. Tax colon, other console app left parent, .NET framework right parent, class library left, SQL, Azure Web Job, unit test project, X unit test project A, web driver test for it, shared project, empty project left parent, console app left, class library left parent, .NET framework
So
right
those are
parent,
all
a
the
project
things
for
that you can do.
desktop
I'm
list,
gonna
Google Chrome
close this
7 of
now.
29. Welcome to open person button the tab dash Google Chrome C, letter C, D O N L O A D space C H Chrome O C. O L L I selection E Y space I N D O S Google.com/search 2 equals down search box showing main applicable installing Chocolatey heading level 3 Chocolatey.org click link community main landmark button be the first to know about the button expand be the free dash invisible field button expands its heading level 3 node requirements list with 3 items bullet PowerShell v2 link TLS 1 bullet.NET framework for installed right there link TLS 1 out of list separators heading level 3 node net 1 choose how to install Chocolatey.
Well, I think we have a problem with my configuration profile, folks. I think it's reading things that it shouldn't be. So let's go ahead and fix that because it's reading in Chrome. So
NVDA menu preference tools help second revert reset revert configuration profile configuration program left parent normal configuration right parent left parent editing right parent programming.
You know what I did? I edited the wrong profile. Hold on.
Left parent Chocolatey soft separate heading level tab generic tab selected individual tab tab PS tab heading separate list with install bullet link bullet out of list button buttons invisible field edit space. Node requirement list with 3 items TLS 1.2 requirement link 1 choose how to install tab selected individual.
No, we're not. All right, let me go fix this.
NVDA menu preferences sub menu P settings S. NVDA setting general prop save config show place login start use NV use automatic notify allow OK cancel apply button all categories call general property pay categories colon list. Keyboard 5 of third most review input object browse mode document Windows OCR document formatting left document font size font super emphasis highlight style colors check document editor reach spelling errors pages and line number line and paragraph indentation check line indentation line numbers check box check alt plus S space line indentation tone speech off. Chocolatey software bar installing Chocolatey NVDA preferences tools sub preference settings speech dictionary setting preference tools help sub configure revert to save configuration configure programming manual activate button new button alt plus N rename delete operators button alt plus temporarily disable all operator close button. Temperators, delete button, rename button, alt, new button, alt plus manual activate button. Checology software, bar install, NVDA menu, preferences, submit settings, speech stick settings, S, NVDA setting, editing profile, normal configuration, general editing profile program, Braille 3 of 30, speech 2 of 13. Braille 3 of provision 4 of keyboard 5 mouse 6 overview cursor input composite object browse mode 10 of 30 document formatting font size check box font super emphasis highlighted style check colors check box document information grouping notes and comments check editor revisions check spelling errors check pages and spacing grouping pages check box check alt plus P line numbers check box not check space check line indentation speed off speed tones both speech and tones paragraph line space alignment table rows cell element links check graphic list check block grouping landmark article frames clickable reports OK cancel button apply button space press apply cancel OK button space Checology software NVDA med reference tools sub help sub configure revert configuration prof configuration left pair programming left pair manual new button alt rename delete button alt traders button profile traders say all current application left parent pro say all current application left configuration profiles dialog trader Checology software meeting controls restream chat restream folder view list Google Chrome CV Visual Studio Code Visual Studio Code document busy
and let me go ahead and fix my profile, folks.
NVDA menu preference tools helps configure revert configuration pro Visual Studio
Okay.
NVDA menu preference tools help configure revert configuration profiles Visual Studio Code document application content info landmark task switch Visual Studio Code row 1 column 1 restream chat row 1 column 2 Checology software bar install configuration profiles row config temporarily disabled traders button alt plus T profile say all current application left parent Chrome right parent say all
No.
configuration profile Visual Studio Code document application N NVDA med references tools submit help sub configure help tools submit help configuration profiles configuration left pair programming left parent editing manual deactivate button new button alt rename delete button alt traders button profile say all current application left parent code right parent profile com close button profile combo box left parent normal programming configuration profiles dialog trader temporary close button list programming left close button Visual Studio Code NVDA menu references tools sub help submit configuration revert to save configuration profiles C configuration left parent normal configuration right parent new button alt trader temporarily disclose button list left pair program left programming left parent editing manual trader manual new button alt plus N manual visual menu button collapse NVDA references sub menu P tools helps configure revert reset config save can reset revert to save configuration profile revert reset save configuration Visual Studio Code document no folder open section button
I
expanded
messed that up a little bit, folks, but
main landmark blank 4 space blank
there we go. 4 space. That's better. Alright, so now that I got that little kerfluffle out of the way, we just messed that up a little bit, but hey, we messed things up and we fixed them.
Michael Doyce. It would also be good to install your global Python libraries.
My global Python libraries. Yeah, I can go ahead and do that. That would be a good thing to do, Michael. So what we're going to do is, after I messed up that little kerfluffle, we're going to go ahead and we're going to install our
task restream chat row 1 column 1 Checology software
chocolates.
tab graphic Ansible tab graphic chef tab PSDS tab graphic puppet install Checology list with link administrative
Michael Doyce.
ensure that you are using it.
Also, maybe install Android Studio if it is accessible.
Install Android Studio. Okay. That's a good thing, Michael. Like I said, we're also going to make this in a video form as well, folks. So not only are we going to have this live streamed, but we're going to have this in a video form with timestamps. And so that way you guys can be able to jump to the different things and it'll be a little bit more organized. So I know that this is kind of a live shoot, but we're also going to have it in a little bit of a more organized fashion. So I just want you guys to know about that as well.
Link administrative shell dash you can also install as a non-admin. Check out.
Alright, so chocolatey.
Link non-admin 2. Install with PowerShell.exe. Memo no colon. Please inspect.
PowerShell.
Link HTTP safety. We are from the internet. You are not familiar with all of these scripts. Script and link learn more about with PowerShell. You must link that dash execution policy is not restricted. We suggest install all signed for quite a bit more security. List with one items white folder run dash execution policy. If it returns restricted, then run set dash exec out of list now run the following command colon. Greater. Install Checology command edit read only set dash exec. Install Checology command edit read only left bracket system.net.service point manager right bracket colon security protocol equals. Install Checology command edit read only set dash exec. Set that left bracket system.net.web client space selected. Free. Paste the cop free space unselected.
That's a long
Copy
command. Let's see if this works.
Start window. Search window. Search E. Off terminal app.
Terminal, I'm going to run this as admin.
Big collapse. Search box. Find command prompt. Find terminal app. Press right. Big document. Context menu list expand. Run as admin. Run as a secure desktop.
User.
Windows terminal. Windows PowerShell. Set dash execution. Forcing web request to allow TLSD 1.2 left parent. Required for request to Checology.org right parent. Forcing web request to allow TLSD 1.2 left parent. Required for request to Checology.org right parent. Getting latest version of the Checology package for download. Not using proxy. Getting latest version of the Checology package for download. Not using proxy. Getting Checology from https://community.checology.org/v2/package/checology/1.1.0. Downloading https://community.checology.org/v2/package/checology/1.1.0. PSC PS enduring Checology commands are on the path. Enduring Checology.up is in the lim folder. PSC:/use PSC:/CHO. Checology v1.1.0. Please run choco dash or choco list command greater PSC:/users/favorite greater PSC:/users/favorite
greater. Let me go ahead and paste that command in chat for
restream chat row restream.
That way you guys can install it.
Set dash execution policy.
And again, these commands will be in the description as well. But that way you guys can be able to install Chocolatey. I just pasted the command in the description, in the chat. So if you guys are installing Chocolatey in PowerShell, which is the way I'd recommend you do it, then that's how we could do it. So now if we want to install Node.js, I'm wondering if we do choco install npm.
Administrator PSCCHOCO-STALL-STALL-NPM. Chocolatey v1.1.0, Chocolatey v1.1.0, installing the following packages, npm, I installing, you accept licenses for the packages, installing the following packages, npm, I installing, you accept licenses for the packages, npm not installed, the package was not found with the source left parent, s right parent listed, source left parent, s right parent, https://community.chocolatey.org/op/v2/node: when you specify explicit sources, it overrides default sources if the package version is a pre-release and you didn't specify.
Alright,
PSC
so let's figure out how we install Node.js.
Folder view list, Visual Studio Code G, Google Doc G, Google G, Google Sheet G, Google Slide G, Google Chrome 7, who's using Chrome, who's open person 1, Chocolatey software bar installing, new tab dash Google N, E, M, space C-H-O-C-O, ladies L-I-S-T. T-S-T-Y, google.com/no next heading. Search domain clickable chocolate-npm heading level 3 link. Link H button at 18, 2020 m-a full stack node.js web frame list with 3 items clickable hot dash chocolate dash n clickable chocolate dash bars dash clickable chocolate dash chip dash npm tool C-H-O-O-N-C/O space I-S-T-A-L space L space N-E space M space W-I-N-D-O-S google.com/search q equals search mode mainland clickable install npm using Chocolatey on Windows dash link H button of 19, 2019 m dash install npm using Chocolatey on Windows middle dot step 0 decision why not using VS Code.
Michael Doyce. Use install node.
Install Node. Okay, so
Chocolatey software administrator C-H-O-C-O space I-S-T-A-L-L-S-A-N-O-D-E. Chocolatey v1.1.0, Chocolatey v1.1.0, installing the following packages, node, I installing, you accept licenses for the packages, installing the following packages,
Michael
node, I installing,
Doyce.
you accept licenses for the packages, node not
Or
installed,
Node
the package was not found with the source left parent,
Okay,
s right parent,
let me try
listed,
that.
source left parent, C-H-O-C-O space I-S-T-A-L space L space N-O-D-E-J-S. Chocolatey v1.1.0, Chocolatey v1.1.0, installing the following packages, installing the following packages, notages, I installing, you accept licenses for the packages, notages, I installing, you accept licenses for the packages, progress, downloading notages, not install
There we
17.9.0, 0%, progress, downloading notages, not install 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 17, timeout, your choice of is not a valid selection, you must select an answer, do you want to run the script, left parent, left bracket, y, right bracket, s slash left bracket, a, right, y. Installing 64-bit version. Installing 64-bit version. Installing notages. Install. Installing notages. Install.
So we're installing Node.js.
Notages. Install has been installed. Notages. Install has been installed. Notages. Install may be able to be automatically uninstalled. Environment var left parent. Light path right parent have changed. Close slash reopen your shell to see the changes left parent or in PowerShell slash cmd.x just type prov refresh and prov right parent. Notages. Install may be able to be automatically uninstalled. Environment var left parent. Light path right parent. PSC /users R-N-O-O-P-M. NPM the term NPM is not recognized as the name of a PSC /users /Taylor grader.
So I gotta refresh the shell.
PSC blank plus fully plus category and plus tilde plus npm. At line :1 spelling of the npm PSC max npm ps PSC log Chocolatey installed 2/2 packages. Blank. Software installed to the install of notages was successful. Software installed to /program data /Chocolatey /lib /notages. The notages v17.9.0 left bracket approved right bracket.
It installed Node.js 17, Michael. So that is where that installed to.
Blank. Software installed as the install of notages not install was successful. Software installed
Michael
inside. Install
Doyce.
location is likely default.
NPM is just the package manager.
Right. NPM is just a package manager, right? But I need to be able to have NPM. Yeah. That is a package manager. But still, I was trying to figure out how I installed any of this stuff. But yes, NPM is just a package manager.
The install see the changes environment from notages install installing 64-bit version blank. Do you want to run the script left parent left bracket y right bracket s slash left bracket a right bracket installing 64-bit version. Installing notages install. PSC
So,
N O D E no the term node is not right. PSC
Okay, so let me refresh my
Chocolatey
terminal.
software start window T-E-R terminal app. Windows terminal Windows N-P-M. NPM list command greater usage PSC
There we
/users
go.
/Taylor greater.
I've got NPM now, Michael. So Node.
ODE. Welcome to Node.js v17.9.0.
Node.js.
Type quote.help quote for more information. Greater. Welcome to Node.js
Okay.
v17.9.0. Greater.
So let me get out of here.
UUT. Left right pair uncode reference error. Greater.
Oops, I don't know. How do I get out of this terminal shell, Michael?
Michael Doyce. 17 is the current version.
17 is the current version. Good. Alright. But now I just got myself in a greater prompt. I tried to do Python in terms of getting rid of it, but that did not work too well. So I need to be able to figure out how to get out of this command prompt. Or this command prompt. So, how do I get out of here? That's a great question. I mean, I can always restart my terminal. But, yeah. Okay. Let me just see. Exit, quit. I just got myself into an infinite loop, folks. That happened. But yeah, if anyone else is still watching besides Michael, go ahead and chat. What are you guys thinking so far?
Greater.
And I'm using NVDA plus up arrow to read the terminal output.
Greater, uncaught, greater, quit left parent,
Michael
right parent.
Doyce. Try exit.
Exit.
IT, uncaught reference error, greater, EXIT, left, right parent, uncaught reference error, colon,
Nope. Exit, left parent, right parent, exit. That doesn't work. None of the exit variants work. So, yay me. I got myself stuck. Okay. So, since I just got myself a little bit stuck, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and close the shell.
Checology soft. Terminal app.
Okay,
Windows
so
terminal,
Michael
terminal,
suggested I get all my global Python libraries. So Michael, what Python libraries? I know I want to get Conda. So in order to install a library with Python, you do pip
install space OFDA. Collecting Conda, downloading Conda dash 4.3.16.tar.gz left parent, 299 KB right parent, downloading Conda dash 4.3.16.tar.gz left parent, 299 KB right parent, 0.0/299.3 KB dash colon dash colon dash dash, hit colon colon, this is an issue with the package mentioned above, not pip, blank, greater C above for output, times encountered error while generating package metadata, blank, error colon, metadata dash generation dash failed, note colon, this error originates from a subprocess and is likely not a problem with pip.
Wonderful.
Blank, left bracket end of output right bracket, on .python.3.10 line 3.10.1264.0 line x64 line q bz5 end import error colon, cannot import name iterable from collections left parent, C
Michael
colon
Doyce.
program files
Fine.
PySide.
PySide.
from collections of file quote C colon back TSC colon
Alright, so pip
PIP
install
ISTALL space
PySide.
DY SIDE 6. Collecting PySide 6. Collecting PySide 6. Downloading PySide 6-6.3.0-CP36-OB3-WinLine M64.WHL left parent. 66 KB right parent. Downloading PySide 6-6.3.0-CP36-OB3-WinLine M64.WHL left parent. 7 9 50 63.0/70.7 MB 9.1 MB /SA 0:00
So PySide is like a PyQt
29.
alternative that's open source. So if you guys have never heard of it, it's a PyQt alternative that's open source.
As Windows Power. Consider indentation.python. Consider adding this directory to path, or if you prefer to suppress this warning, use --no PSC colon / successful. Consider adding this directory successfully installed PySide 6 addons 6.3.0 PySide 6 essentials 6.3.0 PySide 6 6.3.0 Shibakan 6 6.3.0. Consider indentation.python.3.10 Logistr.x PySide 6 RCC to PSC colon.
Anything else, Michael? I installed PySide 6. Apparently a loud truck wants to be in the stream, or car, or whatever this is. So anything else that you would like installed? So I got Node.js, I've got Python. Just trying to think about what else
Michael
we're
Doyce.
gonna do here.
Rich.
Rich. Okay, pip.
PIP STAL space L RICH. Collecting rich. Downloading rich -12.4.1-pi3-none-any.whl left parent. 231 KB right parent. Downloading rich -12.4.1-pi3-none-any.whl left parent.
Rich
231
allows you to
KB
make
right parent.
color
0.0/231.8 KB
basically
0:0/231.8 KB
Twisted networking.
Twisted networking. Okay.
PSC colon IP STAL
Michael Doyce.
TSTEDNE
WX Python.
WX Python? Yeah, I could install that.
Error colon could not find the version that satisfies the requirement. Twisted networking left parent from PSC colon /users /tail greater PIP space XTY8ON. Error colon unknown command quote Python quote error colon unknown command quote Python quote PSC colon PIP STAL space.
Let me see if WX Python
Quality software.
has,
New tab dash Google. WXTYAOSTAL Google.com/search Q equals search mode showing main clickable WX Python download XWXTYPXW WX Python selected. Copy the Windows PowerShell Windows PowerShell PIP STAL space L space WX space. Requirement already satisfied colon dependency colon /program files /Windows apps /Python software
Michael Doyce.
3.10.
PyFCM.
PyFCM. Okay, hold on, Michael. I can't keep up with you.
Add Windows PowerShell. Blank.
Just a second.
60 downloading WX Python -4.
Okay, PyFCM. And that is for Firebase notifications. Michael, I think we can make our
preparing metadata
Firebase
left parent.
thing
Set up .py right parent. Dash preparing metadata left 14.7/14.7 MB 27.3 MB /SA 0:00:01 14.7/14.7 MB 24.2 MB /SA 0:00:007 or 4.20 using legacy setup.py install for WX Py.
Okay.
Requirement already satisfied colon dependency colon /.
So,
Blank. Preparing metadata left parent.
I'm
R none.
installing
Requirement already satisfied colon
PyFCM.
/c colon /users /tail /app data back PSC colon /users /.
Michael, if you want to come in here and talk about some of these libraries, you can feel free to. Since
Preparing
you know
metadata
about
left
some of
parent.
these
Setup
more
dot
than
py
I
left
do,
parent. R
you
slash
can be
dash
on the
error
stream
error
as
colon
well
some
if you
process
want
dash into
to.
the dash with dash error. Times running setup dot py install for WX Python did not run successfully. Exit code colon 1.
Great.
Greater left bracket 51 lines of output right bracket. C colon backslash program
Awesome.
files backslash Windows apps backslash Python software foundation dot Python dot 3.10 line 3.1.
Michael, WX Python is not compatible with the latest Python build. Okay.
PSC colon backslash use P. I P space. ISTAL space Y dash F C M. Collecting pi dash FCM. Collecting pi dash FCM. Downloading pi line FCM dash 1.0.0 dash pi 3 dash num dash any dot WHL left parent. 10 7 11.2 slash 23.2 MB 18.2 MB slash SA 0 colon 0 0 colon 01 1.2 2 11.9 slash 23.2 MB 17.7 MB slash SA 0 colon 0 0 colon 0.
I figured I'd come and talk about some of these libraries.
Yeah, and why some of them don't work under the latest version of Python.
Yeah, so what were you
Warning colon. The script consoles dot
I
X.
couldn't keep up with everything.
Oh, I couldn't keep up with all the libraries that you were throwing in
So,
chat.
pip install Twisted.
Oh, Twisted.
Yep.
And WX Python doesn't work under the latest version of Python.
So it says something's already satisfied, right?
That was pip itself. Pip was already satisfied.
So what happens when you do pip install?
Successfully installed cycler dash 0.11.0 font tools dash 4.33.3 crucial dash 1.4.2 dash 0.38.0 with pluglet dash 3. PSC colon backslash users P I T space ISTAL space WX. Error colon could not find the version that satisfied the
Yeah,
requirement.
find a version that satisfied requirement.
You know, I wonder if WX is not supported by 3.10.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was just saying a minute ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. Which WX is honestly like so like
It's kind of being depreciated, I think.
depreciated or I hope it's not gonna die, but
Well, that's what depreciation would mean.
yeah, I guess it would. Oh, okay.
So we got Twisted.
PIT space ISTAL space TWISTED. Collecting twisted. Downloading
Yeah,
twisted dash
hopefully you guys
22.40
are
dash pi 3 dash num dash any dot WHL left parent. 3.1 MB right parent. Downloading twisted dash 22.4.0 dash pi 3 dash num dash any dot WHL left parent. 3.1 MB right parent. 0.0 slash 3.1 MB dash colon dash 0.0 slash 3.1 MB dash colon dash 1 3.8 MB slash SA 0 colon 0 PSC colon backslash users backslash favorite greater.
Okay. And we have PyFCM. We have PyTTS3, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, so pip
PIT space ISTAL space PY TTSX 2
X
2 3.
Python
Collecting fits 3. Collecting fits 3.
Yes.
Downloading fits 3 dash 2.90 dash pi 3 dash num dash any dot WHL left parent. 39 KB right parent. Downloading fits 3 dash 2.90 dash pi 3 dash num dash any dot WHL left parent. 39 KB right parent. Collecting 2 and 32. Collecting 2 and 30. PSC colon backslash users backslash favorite greater. PSC colon backslash users backslash favorite greater.
Okay. Is that one done?
Yep.
Okay. What else do we use? We have so many Python libraries, folks.
I know.
But it's good. And I like these installed globally. A lot of people like to put their Python libraries in their local environment, but I like to be able to get to this anywhere. So I can just fire up a terminal, fire
Django.
this code.
PIT space ISTAL space DJANGO.
Now, Michael, it's
Collecting
interesting
Django
that you can
1.0
do
slash
Django
8.0 MB
development
3.6
in
MB
Visual
slash SA.
Studio.
Warning colon. The scripts format.x is installed in C colon backslash users backslash favorite.
It's interesting because if it helps simplify the process or not. I love Visual Studio Code, but if like for a
Warning colon.
big
The script
project
Django
like
dash admin.x is
that,
installed in C
how
colon backslash
Visual
users
Studio
backslash favorite
handles
backslash update
Django.
backslash local backslash packages. PSC colon backslash users backslash favorite greater. PSC colon backslash users backslash favorite greater.
Remember, we do mobile app development with Visual Studio Code.
Yes, but I'm just saying how it would. I'm saying like if it simplify the process of trying to do all the servers and terminals, and that's what I'm mainly asking about. So it'll be something we have to experiment with, I think.
Yeah.
Anything else? Oh, Flask.
PIT space ISTAL space FA. Collecting Flask. Collecting markup safe greater equals 2.0.
Okay.
Warning colon. The script flat PSC colon backslash. PS 2 point successfully installed Jinja 2 dash 3.1
There we
PSC.
go.
Did it say something about warning?
PS 2 point successfully consider adding this or successfully installed in 0.10 line QBZ warning colon. The script flash.x is installed in C colon backslash users backslash favorite backslash app data backslash local backslash packages backslash Python software foundation dot Python dot 3. 0.10 line QBZ 5 and 2 pride P0 backslash local cache backslash local dash packages backslash Python 310 backslash scripts which is not on path.
Oh, it says it's not on path.
PSC colon.
Yes, so it installed, but it said it was a warning about path variables.
Okay. So, let's see. What else do we want to get installed? We have Django. We have Flask. We want to install.
We have Rich. We have PySide. We have.
Got a lot of the stuff we use. The only other things that would be available that I could think of would be on the Mac side, and we can't really install PyOBJC on here.
Can we?
No, because it wraps Objective C, right? So that's not going to work very well. I know that you've used isn't it called Pandoc?
Yeah, I have. So let me see if I can get that.
PIDSTALSTALSPANDOC. Collecting Pandoc. Downloading Pandoc-2.2.tar.gz left parent. 29
That's good
KB
for
right parent.
document
Downloading
conversion.
Pandoc-2.2. Running setup.py install PSC colon back.
Okay.
You might as well install NumPy.
NumPy.
PIDSTALSTANUMPY. Requirement already satisfied colon. NumPy colon backslash users backslash PSC colon backslash users backslash favorite greater.
Okay.
Are you getting your laptop?
Nope. I'm just kind of pacing around. Let's see what else do we have. We have. I think that's most of our libraries. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like I'm missing something.
Me too.
Because we use so many different things, or we have used so many different things. I think that's most of the Python libraries, but yeah, I would install Android Studio.
Okay.
That way, what you can do with that is it helps you with doing debugging. If you need to debug on an Android device, it could be useful for home and work, right? I wonder if you could install, because this might be needed sometime in the future, OpenJDK 8. That might be a
I already had that on there. That's part of the Ninite.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
We did a Ninite.
That makes it so much easier than Mac.
Michael, there is that Mac app.link thing.
Yeah.
That's an alternative to Ninite or Mac.
Okay. What else do we have? So we've got
Visual Studio, Visual Studio
Visual
Code.
Studios, all the things. You know, one of the things that you may want to install on there is WAMP.
Yeah.
Get yourself a some kind of a web server stack for your computer, so you can do testing on that.
So what I want to do, WAMP or XAMPP?
Either one. You might want to talk about the differences between those, and I'll lead you to that.
I don't know the difference. I've never used WAMP before.
I would go research them both.
Yeah, but I can't do that.
Do it on stream, and that way people can see their website, see what's going on, and that way they can make a judge for themselves of which one they like better.
Oh. Okay.
And talk about the differences between WAMP, MAMP, XAMPP.
Oh.
And, you know.
Alrighty then.
What is AMP in general?
Web servers, Apache.
Well, yeah, but just talk about
MongoDB.
Just discuss what those are.
Okay, I wasn't prepared to do that.
Well, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good for people to hear all that kind of stuff. So, I'll leave you to
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to be installing it, you might as well explain it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I wasn't, because, I mean, usually I don't do a lot of that web server stuff on here anyways, but I can install.
You never know if you're going to need it, and it's really lightweight. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I'll just do like I said, I'll just do the different things. All right. Okay, so like Michael said, we're going to go ahead and do the web server stuff. So I'm going to show you guys the different websites here. So let's do XAMPP.
XAMPP space. XAMPP-Google search mode setting main left clickable web result with clickable XAMPP installers and downloads for Apache. Link XAMPP installer clickable link add dash on link download. XAMPP Apache plus MariaDB plus PHP.
Apache, MariaDB.
Add allowed list heading level 1 XAMPP Apache plus MariaDB plus PHP plus Perl.
PHP and Perl.
Heading level 2 what is XAMPP? Heading level 3 XAMPP is the most popular PHP development environment.
It's a PHP development environment.
XAMPP is a completely free, easy to install Apache distribution containing MariaDB, PHP, and Perl.
Okay, so it has all the different servers and things that you need.
The XAMPP open source package has been set up to be incredibly easy to install and to use. Link H60 EDM7C37 link graphic. Heading level 2 download. Link click here for other versions. Link XAMPP for Windows 8.1.5 left parent. PHP 8.1. Link XAMPP for Linux 8.1.5 left. Link XAMPP for OS X 8.1. Heading level 4 link new XAMPP release 7.4.29. 8.0.18. 8.1.5. Hi Apache friends. We just released a new version of XAMPP.
The other one we have is WAMP.
Double A select M P P space D O L O A D Google.com select search mode showing main web results heading level clickable WAMP server download rsourceforge.net heading level 3 link clickable WAMP server WAMP dash form the development web source heading link button downloads WAMP server is button link 8 link head link clickable link WAMP link updates middle dot link WAMP server Rating clickable program database download button link link heading level.
Okay. Let me stop sharing my sound for just a couple minutes here.
XAMPP server download bar. So Windows PowerShell row 1 Choco install npm restream chat row 2 column circle and title dash 1 meeting controls row 2 column 3 meeting control.
Okay. So WAMP. Apache MySQL servers, MariaDB. Install and switch MariaDB MySQL releases. Manage your server settings. Access logs. So this basically allows you to open PHP files and allows you to have a web server. So that's really nice. So you have WAMP, XAMPP, MAMP, all these different things. I'm going to use XAMPP, I think, for this because I'm just more familiar with it. So let's go ahead and download XAMPP. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the description as well. So there is the link if you would like to download that. Okay, so we're downloading that, and that should be for XAMPP. So we got XAMPP, and that is going to be our web server. So if we want to do like PHP or MySQL, we have that ability on our computer. Another application that I've heard of, I'm not sure I'm going to actually download it though, it's called SQL Workbench, so for dealing with SQL stuff on Windows. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually download that, but that is another thing we can download. Okay. Alt-Y. I'm going to go ahead and re-enable my sound. Okay.
Meeting controls. Zam dash Windows dash X cancel button. Down combo box English. Less back button. Next greater button. Cancel button. https://benami. Checkbox checked. Less back button. Next greater button. Space. Untitled dash Google Chrome dash Taylor left parent. Person. Dot list. Downloads 1 minute ago. Close tab. List clickable open. No next heading. But not toolbar. View site address. Benami for XAMPP application. Main landmark. Say hello. Heading level 2 quickly install Benami WordPress module on top of the XAMPP server stack.
So Benami WordPress module.
Benami modules can be easily installed on your XAMPP server stack. Heading level 3. What are Benami modules are production-ready packages of the most popular open source applications. Available in the widest variety of formats. Benami open source applications can be quickly and easily installed on top of your XAMPP server. Deployed in the cloud for a broad range of use cases from blogs to the commerce business to e-learn. By using a Benami package, you'll get the added benefits of optimizations for performance. Most of the get started by selecting a Benami module for heading level 2 Benami modules for XAMPP. Click on the app to start link. Follow the install OS X native @-ons. Check XAMPP FAQ. Heading level 3 WordPress. Graphic word download WordPress 5.9.3. Button limit download WordPress 5.9.3. Button limit button Windows. Heading level 2 deploy Benami app. Heading level 3 Benami. Heading level 3 benefits native to the cloud. Heading level 4 platinum partners. Link graphic Amazon Web. Link graphic Google Cloud. Link graphic Microsoft Azure. Content info. Link graphic see the quiz profile of Benami.
So that's nice that you can do
Download
Benami modules to help with other things like WordPress.
Column to column 3 link show in folder.
So that is nice.
XAMPP download.
So we went ahead and installed that.
HTTP. Download XAMPP dash Google. Zam dash Windows dash cancel. Less back button. Next greater button. Cancel button.
But again, I like to do these lightweight web servers because they can help with PHP and other web technologies that we may want to open in our browsers, or if we're going to do like web applications where we want to test out, different kinds of things. So, Alright, so we're installing that. That should be done. And then otherwise, I think we're about ready to go. I've done my Python libraries. I think we're about ready to go. So next stream, we can actually do some development on this computer. So that's going to be exciting. So we're going to be doing some development. So I know that all this was kind of a crazy amount of stuff we just installed, but I'm hoping that we can get all this done and that you guys, can experience some development maybe today, or maybe we'll go live later on tonight. I'm not sure. But Michael, if there's anything else or anyone else in the chat, what else do you guys want me to install on this computer? Anything else that you guys think would be beneficial? Is anyone still in chat? Anyone still here? Or am I just alone? Let me see. Okay. Gotta love those installation sounds, folks. Okay.
See.
So.
Tick. The question alert. Do you want to abort the installation? No, enter button alt plus N. Finish button.
So Michael.
Restream chat row 1 TayWP control panel via 3.3.0 left bracket compiled colon. App 6 2021 right bracket conflict button. Services modules group start button. Start button. Left S. Top star left S. Start button. Start button. Modules status bar. Modules group logs button. No preview conflict button. Start button. Logs button. No objects in Mercury. FileZilla. MySQL. Conflict button. Start button. Start button. Start button. Start button. Start button. Modules grouping. Services button. Start button. Start button. Recognizing result document. Start. Conflict button. Logs button. Conflict button. Logs button. Conflict button. Logs button. Conflict button. Restream chat row 1 column. Meeting controls when music. 3 Choco install npm with Choco
Michael
install
Doyce.
Restream chat row 1 column
Android
1.
Studio.
Yes, Android Studio.
Folder view list. Google Chrome
Alright, so
7.
let's go ahead and install that.
Meeting controls row 1 circle entitled -1 visual circle and C. Open person 1 profile button. To meeting controls of Zoom row 1 column. Windows security alert row 1 column. Fast private public water. Allow cancel button. Allow access space pressed. Who's using Chrome? Who rename your profile editor. More actions. Who's using open person 2 button. Toolbar. Address and search bar. ANDROIDSTUDIODOLOAD. Android Studio. Search modes. Ads. Clickable list with fast user AP. Main clickable download Androids. Blank. Link graphic Android. Clickable upper tab. Select your language preference. Menu button. Clickable link sign in. Menu button submenus. Main landmark visual create and guideline configuration. Link more about tool feature. Heading level 3 link APK app. More about the APK. Fast emulator link feature. Link more compare even if find up. Heading left feature. Link more about the configuration and guideline create com. Heading level 3 link visual layout editor. Feature. Link release link download options. Android Studio button download Android Studio. Android Studio button 1. Introduction heading level 3 1.1 specifically including the Android system license to use subject to the terms download Android Studio Bumblebee 2021.1.1. Checkbox not checked. I have read no next button. Link download Android Studio Bumble. Downloading 872 MB Android Studio 2021.1.1.23 Windows alert. Main landmark. Download search download more actions menu or link table row 1 column 2 link https://
We're installing Android Studio. Okay.
Download complete column 2 link HTTP link 23 link S7 and column 3 link show and fold. Downloads. Today group Android dash window dialog. Downloads. Items view list. Today grouping expanded. Android dash studio dash 2020 verifying installer colon 50 downloads. Items dialog unavailable. Graphic secure desktop. Dialog unavailable. Dialog unavailable. Android Studio setup dialog. Cancel list back button. Next greater but property page check. List back button. Next greater button. Cancel button. Property page to location specified. Browse dot list back next greater button. Install property page list. Access. Do not create shortcuts. Checkbox not list. Accessibility not selected. Accessibility. Do not create shortcuts. Checkbox list. Accessibility. Accessories. Administrative accessibility. Do not create list back button. Install button. Plus on next greater
Alright, so
available.
we're
Show
gonna see
details
how
button. Plus D.
accessible this is. So far, not too bad. Okay.
Next greater button. Plus N. Space. Finish. Property page. Finish button. Downloads. Items view list. Today grouping expanded. Android. Downloads. Import Android Studio settings dialog. Do not import settings radio button. Check 3 of OK button. Downloads dash Google Chrome dash Taylor. Column 4 remove Android dash Studio dash. Dialog downloading. Downloads dash Google Chrome Androids. Don't send button. Send usage statistics to Google button. Next button plus N. Cancel button. Next button plus N. Standard radio button not check 1. Custom radio button. Scan previous button. Next button. Cancel button. Darkular radio button. Check 1 of 2. Previous button. Next button. Current settings colon. Edit text slash HTML sources for Android 3244.8 MB. Previous button. Next button. Preview. Level 2 star Android dash SDK. Level 3 star Android SDK platform 32. Level 2 star edit text slash plain term decline radio. But previous button. Cancel button. Preview. Star Android. Level 4 star source star Android emulator. Select edit text slash decline radio. Previous button. Plus P. Cancel button. Plus C. Preview. Star Android edit text slash decline radio button. Accept radio button. Space. Previous button. Cancel button. Preview. Android emulator. Select SD. Android sources for Android. Android SDK. Level 1 license. Level 2 Android dash SDK. Edit text slash accept radio button. Check 2 of 2. Previous but cancel button preview Android dash SDK level 3 Android SDK platform for sources for Android 32 level 2 edit accept previous button plus cancel button plus C preview Android dash edit text slash plain accept radio button check 2 of 2 decline radio accept previous button cancel button preview Android dash level 3 and sources for Android 32 selected 2 of 7 level 3 edit text slash accept radio button check 2 of previous but cancel button preview source Android SD Android emulator level edit text decline previous button cancel button plus C previous decline radio button check accept radio button cancel show detail cancel button show details button.
So this is okay. I'm able to get through it. It's not great. I mean, it's usable. It's usable. That's all I'm going to say so far. It's usable. It's usable.
Cancel show details button. Recognizing. Result blank. Show details button. SR's progress R102. SRC//W. Progress starting download.
Alright, so Android Studio is in the process of getting itself together. I had to use NVDA Object Navigation to try to get around it, but it did work okay once I actually was able to get through it. But again, not great setup, but it is okay. Okay. So, Michael, how's that for Android Studio? Hopefully I did everything right there.
Secure desktop.
Here.
Use Android unknown. Android Studio setup wizard. Finish button plus F. State downloads dash welcome to Android Studio. New project button checked.
New
Open button
project.
checked.
Michael Doyce. What about Flutter?
I can install Flutter.
Space. Select the project template list. Phone and tablet. Wear OS selected. Android TV select automotive select. Android Wear phone and tablet. List select the project template. Empty activity selected 5 of full screen activity select autumn. Basic activity no activity selected empty Google login responsive login activity selected Google Ad Mob ads activity Google Pay activity selected 9 of 8.
Horrible. Android Studio is not bad so far.
Downloads dash toolbar Chrome menu button submenu customize new tab FLUTTER space O L O A D Flutter search modes ads clickable list with Flutter clickable main clickable install dash Flutter documentation heading level 3 alert join Flutter clickable main landmark red current page chevron no next heading visited out of list to link Windows link Mac OS link win alert warning colon the Flutter tool may occasionally download resources from Google servers by downloading or using clickable list with 5 menu button main landmark win red chevron visited current page visited out of list to install a list with 3 items bullet operating systems bullet disk space colon 1.6 bullet tools colon flood bullet disk space colon 1.64 GB left bullet
Michael
items bullet space.
There is Flutter desktop apps for Windows.
There is.
Link Windows PowerShell 5.0 newer left pair white bullet. Link white bullet. Link it for Windows 2. Git for PowerShell. Out of list heading level 2. Get the Flutter SD list with 2 items 1. Download the following installation bundle to get the latest stable release of the Flutter SDK colon. Link Flutter for other release channels and older link SDK or 2. Extract the zip file and place the contained Flutter in the desired installation of Flutter SDK out of list warning colon. Do not install Flutter in the directory like C colon backslash toolbar. D right D F L U T T R D E H S S K E D D E S K O P D O L O A D Google.com no next heading. Search ads clickable list with Flutter main clickable Flutter on desktop heading level 3.
Download Flutter on the desktop.
Banner link develop link ecosystem link showcase. Main landmark Flutter graphic heading level 2 build dash graphic notification link new colon build Windows apps with Flutter watch the latest Flutter update or read the blog to link more heading level 3 build perform get native dash learn more link see it in action graphic watch the video get started in docs graphic get started link heading level 3 get started in link begin and start building graphic follow the roadmap link heading level 3 follow the roadmap case studies heading level road dash case study.png graphic
Michael?
Rose heading level 3. Get started heading level 3. Instant access
Michael
link install.
Toys. Android Studio sounds good for a JetBrains IDE.
Yeah, Michael, JetBrains has been making better IDEs on Windows, especially. PyCharm is pretty much usable now, so yeah, they're making better IDEs now, Michael.
Link see the docs. Visited link install. Alert join Flutter at Google I/O2022 live from Shoreline Amphitheater and online May 11-12. Register now. Clickable main landmark install heading level 1. Red current visited out of list visited link macOS link Linux. Link Mac visited link Windows. Alert warning colon. The Flutter tool may occasionally down. Clickable main land if you don't to. And link Flutter repo on GitHub 2 if you don't want to install a fixed version of the install privileges. Warning colon. List with 2 items Flutter SDK will extract the zip file 2. Link SDK releases page. For other release channels and link Flutter line Windows line 2.10. Downloading 897 MB Flutter line Windows line 2.10.5-stable.zip alert. Toolbar. Restream chat row. Toolbar. Chrome menu buttons. Reload button. Reload downloads. Search tabs. Tab search document. List clickable open tabs. Download Android Studio and run black DONLADS text on file explorer. Downloads items view the date unconfirmed 357.
Yeah, Michael, JetBrains, like I said, they've been making better IDEs for accessibility, which is nice. PyCharm is actually usable, believe it or not, on Windows. I say on Windows. On Mac, I've got a lot to do, but on Windows, and same thing with WebStorm.
Heading clickable search the menu or link browser is managed table row 1 column 2 link
Michael
HTTP
Toys. Not sure how to install for Windows.
Link HTTP link stable column 3 link show in folder. Downloads. The date Flutter line win. Android Studio Flutter line Windows line 2.10.5 stable 1 of 44. Date type edit compressed date Flutter line. Items view list Flutter not selected 1 of 1.
Okay.
Download Flutter line Windows line 2. Items view list. Date modified. Split button name. Split button collapse. Status bar status. Item the date grouping expanded. Flutter line Windows line 2. Date type edit compressed. Date Flutter. The date grouping. Android Flutter line. Items view list. Flutter not.
NVDA folks, hold on.
Items tab. Flutter. Items view list. Name. Split button collapse sorted. Dot get not selected 1 of 25. Dot ID. Bit. Dot bit. Dev. Example. Packages. Dot side. Dot sir. Dot anal. Author. Code line of code. Contribute. Dot Flutter line root. Dot iml 20 of Flutter line console 19. License 20. Pat. Readme. Dot test version 20. Items view list. Flutter 1 of 1.
Can I install it through Chocolate, I wonder, Michael?
Downloads row 1 column 3 stream chat row 1 column Windows install bar Flutter dash Google Windows window list with 5 items multi dash platform menu button collapse menu button collapse sub menu main landmark Windows install red chevron visited current visited link Windows tool CHOCOSTALL Google.com/search Q equals Choco plus install. Search main clickable Flutter 2.13.0.0-dev-1 community Chakali heading link button table with 4 row column 2 downloads column 3 last up column row 2 downloads column 2 14 version column 1 Flutter 2.13.0.0 download last updated column 3 Monday May 2nd list with 1 items clickable packages matching tag Flutter clickable people also add clickable installation and tools Flutter clickable Windows install Flutter documentation at visited button install licenses Windows set install Android Studio set up your Android device set up the Android emulator agree to Android license link at the Flutter SDK link run Flutter Dr. middle dot link Android setup middle dot link install Android Studio clickable link heading level 319 install Chakali and Dart SDK U2 link H button about this result clickable get the Dart SDK heading level 3 clickable search code snippets bar Choco and list with 1 items clickable install Flutter Windows 10 code example prepper heading level 3 link 8 button up just follow his link https://flutter.dev/get-started/install and follow each and every step out of list clickable link heading level 3 installation bar Flutter version link 8 button you can download the standalone packages from the GitHub repo here macOS semi Windows semi Linux if you use the homebrew package manager for macOS X you can
It's
install
so much easier sometimes to have brew, folks.
clickable link heading level 3 set up your first Dart project on Windows bar link H button up instructor left bracket 00 right bracket using the Chakali package manager we can install the Dart SDK by running Choco install Dart dash install Choco install Dart SDK
Okay, Choco
copy the
install
clipboard start window search box edit
Dart SDK.
lock terminal app Windows terminal Windows PowerShell blank Chakali detected you are not running from an elevated command shell left parent CMD/PowerShell right parent you may experience errors many functions packages require admin rights only advanced users should run Choco W/out an elevated shell when you open the command shell you should ensure that you do so with run as administrator selected if you are attempting to use Chakali in a non-administrator setting you must select a different location other than the default install location C https timeout your choice of is not a valid selection installing the following packages dart-sdk.semi.backslash.accessibility.properties by installing you accept licenses for the packages timeout your choice of is not a valid selection installing the following start window search box edit blank terminal app find your terminal app document context run as administrator secure desktop
Use
Windows terminal information icon Windows terminal PSC Choco install Dart Chakali v1.1.0 Chakali v1.1.0 installing the following packages Dart-SDK by installing you accept licenses for the packages installing the following packages Dart-SDK by installing you accept licenses for the packages Dart-SDK not installed the package was not found with the source left parent S right parent listed source left parent
I'm not sure how to install this Flutter, Michael.
Choco install Flutter Choco install clickable heading level 3 related searches to Flutter line Windows line Flutter line Name split button. Computing filters. 1 of 1. Flutter stat navigate forward recent up tab address search. Preview. This PC items view list. Flutter 1 of 1.
Not sure how to do this.
File Explorer. Tab downloads. Flutter items view list. Dot not selected 1 of. Dot get up 2 of. Dot bin dev 6 package. Dot author code Codian or 6 dot Flutter line root dot like patent line grant read test number version 20.
I got a zip file here.
Dot get up 2 of. Dot pub.
Do I have to manually copy this somewhere and then put it on the path? Because that's gonna stink. But
example 7 of packages 8 of 25. Dot side dot YAML 9 of 25. Dot source dot get
okay.
authors 14 of 25.
So
C. OS left parent. Perf E support. Perf program. Items. Program files 3 of 8. Perf logs 2 of 8. Pro use win dump. Zam 7 of 8. Space not selected. New button collapse 1 of 9. Folder 1 of 1. Items view list. New F select L U U L F F L U T T E R. Flutter 9 dump Flutter 9.
okay.
Discovered 2,481 items left parent. 194 MB right parent. Preparing to copy from Flutter to Flutter dash discovered 2,481 items left parent. 194 MB right parent. Group.
Okay, so I'm copying and pasting all this. Alright, so this is going to take a little bit of time. And then I'll have to go into environment variables. I haven't done this in forever. Anything else, Michael? Anything else? Because this is going to take a while. So anything else that I should install? Because I can't think of anything. But this is going to take a while, folks. Anything else that needs to be installed? Because, yeah, I have to manually copy all this stuff and then put it on the path. So go to advanced environment variables. At least that's how it's looking like. So, Michael, anything else that we can install while this is going? Because I'm trying to think of anything else that we use. I've done it. You know, I guess for the heck of it, I could do it PyCharm.
Folder view list. Google Chrome 7. Who's using Chrome? Who's using open person 1. Button. Tool PY. CAARSDO.LOA. Search mode setting left ads. Reclick list with docs. What's new feature main clickable download PyCharm colon.
For the heck of it.
Click button teams button learning tools button store colon download PyCharm click tab window tab Mac OS tab click professional for both side link download 330 community for pure link download for pure Python development link down. Thank you for downloading PyCharm. Click button teams button learning tools button open search link nav button no link PyCharm. Thank you for downloading heading level 2 your download just heading download and verify dash 200 heading level 3 heading send me helpful edit email address subject rate set day link third dash party services for these desktop list Google Chrome 7 of 20 run the DONLOADS text on downloads up and toolbar items today grouping expanded Android Android verifying install download graphic. Secure desktop. Downloads. Items view. Flutter line windows. Unconfirmed 4 on. Today grouping. Unconfirmed 4 on. 18% complete. Copying 23,005. Tab Flutter. Folder view list. Google Chrome. Who's using Chrome? Who's using open person? Button. New tab. Search download. Menu table row 1 column 3 link show. Column 2 link HT. Column 1 link picture dash community. Column 3 link show.
We're going to install PyCharm. Just for the heck of it.
Downloads. Today grouping. Picture dash community. Window dialog. Downloads. Items view list. Today grouping expanded. Picture dash community dash 2022.11 of 45.
Just for the heck of it.
Dialog unavailable. Secure desktop.
Why?
Dialog unavailable. Dialog of PyCharm Community Edition setup dialog. Welcome to PyCharm. Cancel button. Next grader button. Property page space required colon 1.4 GB setup will install PyCharm Community Edition in the following folder. To install and browse. List back. Next grader button. Create desktop shortcut grouping. PyCharm Community Edition checkbox not checked. Space. Update path variable left parent. Restart needed right parent grouping. Add quote in quote folder to the path checkbox not checked. Space. Update context menu grouping. Add quote open folder as project quote checkbox not checked. Space. Create associations grouping. Dot py checkbox not checked. List back button. Next grader. Install. Property page. Select the start menu folder in which you would like to create a list. Access list back button. Alt+D. Install button. Next grader. Unavailable. Show details button. Alt+D.
Okay.
Property page completing PyCharm. I want the manual finish button. Alt plus F. Property page completing PyCharm community edition. Reboot now radio. I want to manually reboot later radio. But space pressed.
I do not want to reboot now.
Finish button. Alt plus F.
So-
Downloads. Items view list. Today grouping expanded.
Okay, PyCharm's installed.
Downloads document. Desktop list. Google Chrome 7. Tasks with Flutter. Items view list. Document not selected. 1 of 16.
Flutter.
28% complete. Row 20.
Flutter's only at 28% copying stuff, Michael. So Flutter is going to be a work in progress. What else can we do real quick? What else is looming? I guess, is it WebStorm? Let me check out WebStorm.
Folder view list. Google Chrome 7. Welcome to Chrome profiles. Open person. Button. Double E till B. S T O R M space P P J E T T P R A I N S. WebStorm search mode setting. Add clickable list with text to learn review main clickable web result with site clickable WebStorm : the smartest JavaScript guide by JetBrains. Link 8 button of WebStorm is an integrated development environment for JavaScript and related technologies like other JetBrains IDS that makes your development experience blank. Heading level 3 link download WebStorm.
Might as well just get this too.
Clickable download web clickable tab window tab Mac tab Linux. Click WebStorm includes an evaluation license key for a free 30-day trial. Link download. Link heading level 3 gets a toolbox app to download WebStorm
No,
and its
I
future
will
updates
not
with
do
ease.
that.
Content info landmark list with 6 items heading level 2 products. List with link.net and link team tool. Link inclusions. Link education. Link languages. Link all proud of list heading level 2 solutions.
Nope, because they don't have a community edition of WebStorm. Okay, so WebStorm is a big no-no. Anything else, Michael? Anything else in chat, everyone? Anyone else have anything they want me to install? Because I think...
Task 91% complete. Copy and 20. System submenu space. 91%. Tasks with Flutter.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go to environment variables.
Start window. Search window. E. M. C. Web. D. E. Plan. E. N. V. Edit the system. And system properties dialog. Advanced user profiles grouping. Performance grouping. Visual effects. Processor scheduling. Tab control. Advanced user profile startup and environment variable. Environment game first. Checkout game 1 at PyCharm at semi value colon new but alt plus n. Edit but alt edit environment percent user profile percent new but alt plus n. List edit blank. Percent user profile percent backslash app data backslash local backslash Microsoft backslash Windows apps 1 of 4. Percent user profile percent user profile percent backslash dot net backslash tools 2 of 4. C colon backslash users backslash Taylor backslash app data backslash roaming backslash npm 3 of 4. Percent PyCharm community edition. Cancel OK button. Edit text. Move down button. Alt edit text. Button alt plus T. OK cancel but list. Percent Py new button alt plus n. List edit blank. Percent user profile percent cancel button. List for new button alt plus n. List edit blank.
Alright.
Flutter items view list. Dot ID. Dot bin 5 of 6. Author 6. Bin. Items view. Internal 2 of 7. Cache 1 of. Midget 3. Dart 4. Dart 5. Flutter 6. Flutter. Flood date. Type edit file red. Date. Flood date. Type edit Windows batch. Type edit Windows batch. Date. Flutter 7 of. Items. Exam. Packages 8. Authors 9. Code line of. Codianers. Contribute. Dart dot line. Flutter line root dot iml 5. Flutter line console 14 of 20. Date. Type edit Windows batch file red. Date. Flood. Like patent line. Readme dot. Test numbers 9. Version 20 of. Like Flutter line root dot iml. Flutter line console 14 of window dialog. Flutter console terminal. Use the console below this message to interact with the quote Flutter quote command. Welcome to the Flutter console. 79 equals. Use the console below this message to interact with the quote Flutter quote command. Run quote Flutter doctor quote to check if your system is ready to run Flutter apps. Run quote Flutter create less app line name greater quote to create a new Flutter project. Run quote Flutter help quote to see all available commands. Want to use an I to interact with Flutter https://flutter.dev/i-setup/. Want to run the quote Flutter quote command from any command prompt or PowerShell window. Add Flutter to your path https://flutter.dev/setup-window/number update -your -path. 79 equals. C colon backslash users backslash C colon backslash users backslash FLUTTER. Blank. Blank. C colon blank. 70 blank. Install a Flutter app on an attached. C colon backslash blank. Blank. R. Downgrade Flutter to the last act. C colon backslash users backslash C colon FLUTTER. Downgrade Flutter to the last active version for the current channel. Pre-cache populate the Flutter tools cache of binary artifacts. Upgrade your copy of Flutter project. C colon backslash users backslash Taylor Grader.
Okay, so do I have Flutter now? Hold on.
CMD. How do you want to open this file? Window. Flutter.
Folks.
CMD.
I'm not typing right.
Start with R. Run dialog blank. CMD. C colon FLUTTER. Flutter is not recognized. C colon backslash user.
Alright, so
Flutter items view list. Codianer 16 of 25.
what I'm going to do...
Flutter line root. License 21 of 20. Date modified edit 5 / license 20. Secure desktop.
Oh,
Windows secure desktop.
hold on.
Your device couldn't Taylor Poly's accessibility. Your fingerprint couldn't be recognized. Pane. Pop-up. Window. Power but Taylor aren't grouping. Sign-in options. Hot. Fingerprint.
Unlocking window. Unlocking Flutter.
Okay.
Edit. Flutter items. Edit environment. Flutter items view list. License 20. Address combo.
So I think I just do this.
Edit environment variable. New button alt list. Percent PyCharm commune. New button alt list. Edit blank. C colon backslash Flutter. C colon backslash new but edit but browse. Delete but move down edit OK button. Environment variable. Delete but system new. Edit delete OK cancel button. OK button. System OK button. Cancel button. Tab control. Advanced tabs. Cancel OK button. Space. Flutter. Run dial blank. CMD. C FL TTTTLF FLUTTER. Flutter is not recognized as an internal.
Okay, so let me
Flutter.
look at this again on the directions.
Folder view list. Google Chrome.
Google Chrome's not operating.
Flutter 01 column C colon backslash window downloads row 1 column Flutter 01 column 4. Flutter items view list. Authors 14 of 25. Code contribute. Flutter line console. Folder view list. Google Chrome.
Okay, I might have to reboot anyways because my Google Chrome's not working. Okay. Well, folks, hopefully we can get Flutter working, but I'm not sure that we can. So that is how that's gonna work, I guess. So yeah, I guess, because I can't get Chrome to work, so we might just have to end this for now, folks. But this has been a really great stream, and I'm glad you guys have been here. We got most of our stuff installed. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Flutter or GitHub. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream, and feel free to smash that like button, ring the notification bell, and have a great day, everyone.
Task Flutter 01 column 2 C colon backslash Windows backslash C colon backslash users backslash Flutter 01 downloads 01 Choco install Flutter dash administrator colon Windows downloads dash 2 restream chat room meeting controls rows mute.